on the team's performance today. We didn't see that last game, at least we didn't see that. So tell us what we missed.
Honestly, it was a lot of the same all day. Like the girls bowled so good. We got off to a bad start yesterday, and we went to dinner last night and just talked about things. We just didn't really come out with any emotion, and we were kind of just going through the motions, lose a couple matches, and I think that just made them mad more than anything. And they came out today, and it was a more determined effort today. We got off to a good start the last game and just kind of kept it rolling, just a lot of clean frames, and we were somewhere between 970 and 1050 all day, so that's a good day of bowling.
Yeah. Tell me about there are other teams, other highly ranked teams like yourself that are heading off for places like Alabama and New Jersey, yet you guys decided to come here. How come?
Well, this is our first year on the NCAA side, and we were trying to strike a balance in the tournaments. We bowled 4 tournaments that kind of had the bigger ranked teams in them, but we also wanted to support the conference, the GLVC conference, that we're fortunate enough that they let us be an associate member in. So we wanted to support those tournaments, and this is one of those tournaments. We're bowling this one, the Valpo tournament, the Lewis tournament, and we just wanted to support the conference. And so it was just one of our goals this year to just find that balance between supporting the conference but also bowling some of the nationally ranked bigger tournaments as well.
Your anchor player, Kensley Morris, had a huge game to finish there, and you got 2 teammates, 2 out of the top 3 in individual standings. Tell me about that dynamic, what they did so well during the whole tournament.
Yeah, it's been, they really bowled good today. We were pretty determined that we were going to stay to the right as long as we could today. We probably my fault yesterday. We got them a little too far left, and our ball reaction was okay, but we just really felt like if we surfaced up some balls a little differently and stayed there as long as we could today and kept them online, we would have good results. And those 2 they bowled phenomenal today.
Mark, you got anything you want to add?
You mentioned about changing surfaces, going to something with a little more surface. At what point do you change to something a little less aggressive and still the scores that your gals had all day were absolutely outstanding? How do you manage that along with a bowler who might want to keep using the same ball all day?
Yeah, well, we kind of came in with a game plan. At dinner last night, we felt like we stayed in the bigger balls a little bit too long yesterday. So when we came in this morning, we took their 3 weaker balls and hit them with different surfaces. So when their ball stopped carrying, we could just ball down, but we weren't going to shiny balls. Because yesterday when we threw the shiny balls, it would just miss the spot, come in late, and we were just splitting a lot. And we just wanted to control the mid lane a little better today, so we did that with the surface, but with weaker balls, so they would still clear the fronts pretty smoothly, but still read that middle and have controllable motion on the back end.
Did you notice that, at least on our live stream pair 23 and 24, 24 seemed the tube opened up on 24 on the right side much faster than 23. Did the other pairs on the tournament pairs do that, or was it just this pair?
Honestly, that pair I thought was really easy compared to the rest of the pairs. And we practiced on that pair this morning before we bowled. But when we got to the second game, there was more bounce there, so we kind of just moved a little left and went after it. But every pair was not like that pair.
Okay.
Yeah, our last pair, the right lane guy was like 3 or 4 tighter. The left lane was really easy. The right lane just had a lot of hang to it. But it kind of, it goes back to these type of tournaments when you have different people breaking those lanes down in that first 12 minutes in the morning, and then who comes to them next and how their strategy is. The pair's relatively the same, but where you had to roll them and get it to come off the spot, that's where the differences were.
It seemed like with your girls, the ball tended to be rather rolly. It looked rolly. It was very smooth, and it went through the pins nicely. So obviously the surface prep and your strategy was good. What are you looking to do for tomorrow? About the same thing?
Yeah, we might back off the surface just a little bit. Instead of hitting them with 1,000, we might get 1,500 or 2,000, just because generally in these tournaments, the fronts just hook more. Every day we go, the fronts just hook more. And some of that is determined on how much open play is going to be in here tonight. But we might back down on the surface just a little bit, but still doing the same prep where we've got 3 balls that we know we're going to use for each of them and have them different surfaces and just kind of go from there.
How much fun is it to stand there and watch? You have your, like on this pair, 23-24, you had your bottom 3 bowlers have 4 or 5 strings of strikes.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Just the coaching in general. This is my 20th year of doing this.
Right.
First on the NCAA side, but just watching young people be successful, and a lot of times when they're striking like that, I'm just clapping and giving high fives, and it's just fun to be around it and watch them be successful. When you're bowling good, it's a lot easier to do that, but. I always consider myself pretty fortunate to have this gig because I get to be around young people and I get to pass the knowledge from my pass on to them. So, but when they're striking, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, go ahead.
How about, you talked about surface prep for tomorrow. How about mental focus? What do you tell them as far as, going off a great performance where you're likely in the lead going into this bracket play to finishing the job on Championship Sunday?
Yeah, it's interesting, the format for the NCAA, because it is 2 distinctly different formats, going to the best of 4 out of 7 tomorrow. But I think they're kind of used to it now, and just mentally, the first tournament we bowled, we got off to a terrible start. We didn't really know what was going on. But I think they learned from that, and every tournament we've been getting a little bit better. But just like today, we walked in with a totally different mentality. In our shot making and our intensity, and we're gonna have a conversation at dinner while we're watching the Chiefs game, but I think it's gonna be the same along those same lines. Like, we got to be ready to go from the get-go. We can't wait to see what happens. We got to kind of dictate the action, be in the right part of the lane, and just good shot making, and be real intentional about what we're trying to do when we get here.
We have no connection to Jacksonville on this show, so take that for what it's worth.
Yeah.
But last thing I got for you, because I'm sure you want to get going with your ladies there, is you saw your athletic account call you the GOAT. What's your response?
Oh, I did not see that.
That's what I was pointing out.
Oh yeah. Oh no, I saw the logo. I didn't see that. It's nice of them. I've been there for a long time. Both of our programs have been very successful. Our girls program has, been ranked pretty high on the USBC side for a long time. So, my athletic department is wonderful. My former athletic director that was there for 10 years, he loved bowling. He loved the program. He didn't know anything about bowling when he got there, but he just loved our sport, and he was very supportive. And Joanna Pryor, that's there now, she's been there for, I think this is her 4th year, and just incredibly supportive. And it's good to be a part of an athletic department that supports your program and supports your student athletes. So pretty phenomenal.
Yeah, that's huge. Yeah. Well, Coach Billy Murphy, thanks so much for the time.
Yeah, you bet.
Go enjoy the evening with your ladies, and have fun watching the Chiefs.
All right, thank you very much. Go Chiefs.
You bet.